Recording.
Hi, YouTubers. Welcome to the session for Friday the 13th.
If I could scream, I would.
You screamed earlier.
No, I mean like like the fuck. Can't really think of it.
Like a ghoul.
No, the high pitched girly scream thingy. I can't get that high.
I used to. So, last session, Durkar got some information from his dragon about Furton leaving and coming back looking disheveled. Reardon talked to some shady sort of person and found out that Wembley has nothing to do with the network in Corton. Bairn wanted to speak with the dead on Wembley in the morning, and in the morning got some questions answered, which sounds like we need to leave Corton to get a handle on whatever Corton was, whatever Wembley was up to. But we're here still, and trying to figure out what the hell is happening with the missing children, which we still have no clue about. And that pretty much sums it up.
Okay. As for the scream you're talking about, this is gonna be loud, guys. Is that something along the lines you were talking about?
I don't know. I wasn't. You said it was gonna be loud, so I took my headphones off. I didn't hear anything.
I turned it down a little.
Yeah, kinda. Close enough. We'll work in a pinch.
Okay. Keep thinking we're missing somebody from this game, but it's actually Baron. So we're not actually missing anyone. Unless you count Kenny. But
Both of my personalities are here.
okay, so I believe you guys are at the tavern, just finishing a long rest. Am I getting that? Remembering that right? Or are you just sitting down to eat dinner before a long rest? Does anyone happen to remember?
I don't remember because it ended so short, so I wasn't keeping track because that wasn't like getting close to the ending of the session, but we ended early, so I wasn't really paying attention to timeline. Sorry.
I know that we woke up and then we went over to cast Speak with Dead on Wembley, and then we're walking back to the presumably to the inn. I'm not sure where we were walking back to. Durkar took off from the group and went to go speak with his fake dragon, fake black lizard, flying lizard, and Reardon took off to go speak with the shady peoples, and then the rest of us headed back to the inn, I think.
Okay.
But I want to say it's like around lunch or mid morning or something.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. I'll go with that.
So we're sitting here drinking ale and waiting for lunch.
Okay.
Some of us, at least.
Angry brings the food. Um, Extra for Durkar, of course. And just continues on doing her work because, Tap House is a bit busy this afternoon. And you guys all have food and drink available. What would you guys like to do? Discuss?
Well, I think when
Quick, follow the dog. It has the scent.
that dog's just nuts, don't worry about it. Okay. I think we should hear from those who were out taking care of tasks. Reardon and Durkar, Valakad.
Well, already heard from me. That's why I found out that Wembley came back disheveled.
Okay.
And I came back and told you what I found out. Because right after that, we'd start discussing whether we were going to end it.
Can you refresh my memory?
Furton came back disheveled. Not Wembley.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, the doll maker came back disheveled. I don't really, it's what it looked like through my dragon's eyes. What time of day would that have been, by the way?
Was
it still nighttime or midday?
With Furton coming back would have been last night. But you weren't told about it until about midday.
Yeah, well, I mean, what time of day did he return via my dragon? Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been sometime middle of the night.
We have no idea if no updates on any children that went missing that night.
None that you've heard of?
Well, I'm at a loss for that besides doing a night patrol and hiding out somewhere. Do we know how many families have kids still in the town?
It's a fairly... Sorry, go ahead.
4, and then there was 4 street kids, I think.
No, I mean, how many are still left in town? How many more kids are in town?
Well, it's a decent-sized town, probably a couple hundred people. So... Not to mention those that aren't usually counted on a census.
I think I might call it an early night and do some scouting tonight. I'm going to go find me a cloak that will cover my body, and I'm going to go with light armor so I can blend in better.
Okay. Where are you gonna get this cloak and armor?
Well, I was just going to basically take my armor off and use my undershirt.
Okay. So
But as far as finding the cloak, I got to go to a clothes store, see if they have one big enough or can make one by the end of the day.
if that's what you want to do.
Nothing screams silent and quiet and sneaky like a dude that's 2.5 times your size. But you can't see because he's wearing a cloak, but
I'm
still 2.5 times your size.
You got to remember, I'm folklore. I can find places to hide in the populace of the gentry, of the normal peoples.
I think I'd do a better job of sneaking around town.
I have more
I had a
eyes.
place to hide.
I mean, I'm gonna say, yeah, definitely. I think we should all be prepared to take a night and see what we find to another night out again. Because if he came back disheveled, then maybe it means that he didn't grab the kid he wanted for some reason. He might try again. I'm still thinking it's the doll maker.
I think it's a good idea that we figure out places to stay so we can overwatch the areas where there's families and stuff to maybe catch somebody.
Listen for music. And hopefully don't get enchanted by it.
Durkar, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Why? I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm a wise lizard. That's a +3 too. Go figure.
Okay, thank you.
I've been overheard. No, I'm just shitting. But yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to go find a cloth maker to see if they can make a cloak my size.
Okay. Are you wanting anything special out of this cloak, or just a basic cloak?
Just a basic, nothing special. Make it look like, traveler's cloak.
Okay.
Or an everyday cloak that'd be worn around here, only, a little bit bigger.
Okay. Call it 7 silver.
Alrighty. I'll head back to the inn, head up to my room, take off my chainmail, and put on the cloak. So what are we calling it? Just cloak or what? Could, yeah. Yeah, black paint.
Sorry, food was just delivered. Yeah, it's just a basic cloak.
Okay, how come the compendium doesn't have just cloak?
Um, call it something else. Cape, maybe?
And it would have a hood, so
Yeah.
yeah. Can't even find hooded cloak. What the heck, compendium? Wow, it doesn't like standard garb.
Sometimes there's problems with that kind of stuff. You just put it in separately. Or manually.
I just don't know how much to put for the weight of it. One.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, then I'm gonna take a nap.
Okay.
I turned to Valakad and say, I don't know how effective it's going to be for all of us to be out there skulking in the dark and shadows. But do you have a suggestion about anything I could do that would help?
Elro looks at you and says, "To the ruin."
Really?
Uh,
It's just I can't think of anything, so I thought maybe you could.
you're better at sneaking than some of us. Looking at the stairs that the our lucky golden lizard just walked up. I don't know. I'm at a loss, honestly. I'm at a loss. I've been at a loss for a few weeks. A few sessions, I should say. Out of character. Since Valakad doesn't know what a session is. I don't know. In character, I guess yeah, I'll just say you're a lot sneakier than some of us are, as I watch our golden lizard walk up the stairs. And I will leave it at that because I don't know.
Okay, well, I can go out and try to find some place where I might be able to observe some misbehavior, but right now I don't know of anything. Is there a place, and this is directed at Reardon. Is there a place where we might see something going on around the Thieves Guild? Weren't some of those children from the Thieves Guild?
That would be one place because they're going to be all in one place. That'd be a spot to watch. And I thought I'd go and kind of see where the residential areas are and try to find a hide place where I could see multiple area or routes.
Okay, so where can I find the Thieves Guild so I can go and lurk around there?
Say the southeast side of town.
All right, I'll do that. So, finish my lunch and head on up to bed and plan on getting up after dark.
Yeah, we love the dark. And I'll go up and get in trance.
Well, I guess if we're all heading up, I will head up, and so it'll bear.
Okay. And this is all with intent to basically sneak around this evening to find more clues? Or attempt to find more clues?
Yes, or find somebody in the act.
Yep, pretty much.
I mean, that's where we're at right now. I mean, so far, nobody's in town has been really very helpful with information.
Because nobody has any clue who's doing it.
Well, all we know of is that there's been music played at given points of time. Hopefully they decide to play music tonight.
Okay. So the rest of the day passes. Comes on to evening. Durkar Angaby wakes you up as she's crawling into bed. She kind of basically kicks you out of bed as she's crawling in.
Fine, I'm up.
And the rest of you are welcome to wake up either at your discretion or wait for Durkar to wake you.
I would hope that Durkar would wake me.
Yeah,
I'll go around and wake those who are coming.
All right. I'll get up and dress as darkly as I can.
I'll up since I'm already dressed in dark clothes. and I will move to try to get up on the roof.
I'm gonna go out the back door, find a mud hole, and smear my mud all over my exposed skin.
Okay.
Covering as much of the gold scales as I can.
Okay. I guess Reardon, give me a acrobatics check to get up on the roof. Acrobatics or athletics, I'll let you choose. And your car will see how the mud helps your stealth roll later, I guess. Okay, Reardon, you managed to climb to the roof fairly easily. While you're up there, go ahead and give me a stealth check. Okay. Um, Reardon, as you get to the roof, you kind of step towards the street side, and you look down, and as you look down, you actually see a patrol walking by. And unfortunately, you accidentally knock a pebble off the top of the roof, which you watch kind of in slow motion as it falls to the ground and clatters against the um, wooden porch of the inn. You watch in horror as the guards turn around and start looking your direction. Haven't found you yet, but they're looking.
I will slowly move back into the shadow.
Okay. We'll see in a bit if that's enough. What is everyone else doing?
Well, I get dressed in my normal armor, just leather, so it probably won't creak too much. And then I leave by the back door and carefully hide as deep in the shadows as I can in the alley, and walk carefully. Maybe you call it creep rather than walk, but very gingerly move toward the southeast, toward where that thieves guild is, and hopefully where there's been some activity in kidnapping kids, but just flitting from one shadow to the next, trying not to be seen or heard.
You're doing this at the same time that Reardon is trying to climb the roof. So give me a stealth check. Okay, as far as you know, no one's seen you.
All right, and then I'll skirt around the town square and move off to the southeast and look for the deepest shadow I can find that would also give me a good view of the comings and goings. And wait.
Okay, I guess we'll see how that goes. Uh, Valakad, I think that you and Baron are the only ones left. I think. For what you do to start the night or the evening.
Yeah. So, we're gonna do stuff. Yeah. Um, Baron will just, I think, go out and like walk around the market square.
So Baron's just gonna walk
Cause
around.
yeah, cause yeah, the dwarf and heavy armor is not gonna do well climbing on buildings or. Yeah, he's just gonna walk around. And Valakad will open the shutters of the of the room that they are staying in, and kind of watch, kind of look out and watch, and spend some time doing some alchemy.
Okay. Do you already know what you want to work on?
Healing potions. I just don't know which. Let's do 2 hours is greater. Let's do. We'll do like 3 greater healing potions, but one at a time. And if I get interrupted by something I see, then I won't go to the rest.
Okay. Then let's. Well, first of all, give me a perception check.
Top dollar.
And go ahead and roll your first greater healing potion. Okay. Over the next 2 hours, you manage to. Damn. You really wanted that potion, didn't you?
Damn straight.
Oh, good, because you actually get to make 2 of them.
Woohoo.
Out of the single set of supplies. So, we'll check back with you again as the evening progresses. Let's go ahead and get a perception check from Varen too. Just because he is out and about. Damn. So, like, your guys' roles are like complete opposite tonight or something, huh? Completely opposite personalities.
Apparently.
Okay, let's go back to Durkar.
Righty. I would also be sending out my pseudo dragon and my riding lizard to as more eyes for me.
Can you see through your riding lizard's eyes?
No, but I can communicate with him, and all he has to do is come and find me. So I'm just using him to kind of like prowl the more the outskirt lining of the town. Then my dragon will go aerial and just fly around and keep eyes and ears out for anything.
Let's see. Is Durkar.
What's all that about? Okay.
Cat and Baron. Baron. That's the order you guys went in to tell me what you were doing. So,
Oh, alrighty.
am I right or wrong?
No, I was just curious. So, yeah, do what you do.
Okay, okay. Okay, Durkar, you are slathering your scales with mud, trying to basically dim down your shine.
And then I'm going to walk around a little hunched so I'm not as tall. Still taller than everything else, but trying to lower my stature.
Okay. I mean, it is a halfling town, so chances of you not being noticed pretty slim, but doesn't mean you have to necessarily be recognized. You said you want to send your pseudo dragon out to aerial reconnaissance?
Yep.
How large of an area?
How big's the town?
Probably good 80 buildings or so. So,
He'll do the whole town.
the whole town? Okay. Okay, so there's going to be points where he's out of your communication range.
Yeah, he'll just come into range with me and tell me what he finds, if anything important.
Okay. Just making sure.
Basically, they're my eyes where my eyes are not.
You just have to wonder what this town is thinking. As this giant golden lizard come in riding another lizard with a little flying lizard on its back.
It's
Right.
the Lizard Brigade.
Not to mention that these lizards are traveling with 3 people they believe are humans and a dwarf. Okay, where are you trying to go to, Durkar, once you've gotten your camouflage set? I mean, Reardon has specifically taken to the rooftops. Aramel's specifically trying to look for somebody from the Rogues Guild, Thieves Guild, whatever you want to call it. See your side of Corton. In the southwest, I think he said.
I'm going to. I think I'm just gonna meander around and pretend like I'm, stumbling drunk and not know where I'm going. So I grabbed a tankard from inside the inn and just put some liquid in it I'll never touch. And just pretend like I'm just mumbling around. And I do not have my scimitar with me. It's too big and too bulky.
Okay. I imagine you probably still have the Chris or something like that, though, right?
Yeah, I have a short sword and a Chris.
Okay.
And I would have left my javelins too because they're big and bulky.
Okay.
So I would have left most of my gear. Just, yeah, that's all I got. It's the Chris and the short sword.
So you're just a naked little dragon with puny little weapons, huh?
I'm not naked. I got my undergarments on. I got my gambeson and stuff like that. Go on, give me a sec.
I'm just messing with you.
But I do have puny weapons, so there you go. I'll give you that one. I tell you, I got a mouth on me. Better watch it.
That's what she said.
She liked it too.
I don't know. I have played Kingdom Come Deliverance. Gamison don't do jack as far as keeping the blood in the body.
No, but you should also watch Shadiversity because he goes through all of the pros and cons of all types of stuff and armor
Oh, I
and all
know.
that stuff. So it does help to a degree, but not much. So yeah, it's just there to blend in.
I know. I'm just. It doesn't add to your armor, is all I'm saying.
No, my armor sucks right now. Anyway, that's enough of that. What else you need?
Yeah, excuse me. I'm just finishing up my hot dog and hopefully I'll be a little less distracted.
That's why the dog stopped barking.
Yes and no. Dog stopped barking because the person delivering the hot dog is no longer here. Okay, I guess you're calling me a perception check. See if you see anything in your wanders.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, there you go. No, that ice was doing something weird there for a minute.
Okay.
I don't know if you'd count the 20 because that'd be a nat 20 because I have no mods.
Why wouldn't I count it?
Well, it's not green, unless it doesn't come up green this way. I don't know. I never had a 20. Damn it.
Apparently it doesn't come up green that way. Because you're not rolling the same formulas that we are.
Oh, true that.
Okay. Why, hey, dog. Hey, that's not for you. As both Baron and Durkar go wandering, um, you do manage to keep track of, um, what's his name, Reardon, up on the rooftops, for the most part. Um, so far anyway. And, you can both see that Reardon has attracted the attention of some guards who are, um, currently investigating a noise, below his, position. They haven't discovered him up above, but they are definitely investigating the area, the walkway, and the alley, um, under Reardon's position. Um,
That Baron saw that.
yeah, Baron saw that as well. Even though he kind of headed off into the middle of town, the town square, I guess. Kind of saw it as he was kind of glancing back. He just happened to notice it. And Durkar saw it as he was passing by, basically sneaking right past the, um, actually, I didn't ask Durkar for a stealth check. Give me a stealth check, Durkar.
Clive wasn't trying to be 100% stealth, eh?
Well, then give me a perception or performance check.
That's more like it.
You're not trying to be stealthy, you're trying to be
Sneaky.
unnoticed, I guess. Unrecognized, that'll work.
Yeah, that'll work. Could be better, Sneaky.
Yes. Durkar, you notice
for rolling with my left hand.
I'm not gonna ask. Baron, you notice this whole situation as you were walking out in the square, just kind of glancing back. You notice, you can see, was it Reardon up on the roof, and the guards showing interest, and then Durkar comes out, sloshing the liquid in his mug, and notices Reardon up on the roof, and then looks at the guards, tries to walk right past him. Only they both kind of stop, try to look under your cloak, and they will kind of mumble to each other or whisper to each other. And one of them actually starts to follow you, Durkar. The other one continues trying to investigate Riordan's noise.
Baron's gonna look over at the opposite side of the alley or the street or whatever, and some rocks will drop on the or the sound of some rocks will drop on the roof on the other roof.
Okay, let's see. Let's draw this so that we are not confused. Okay, so we got... Here's our town. Let's call that our town square. We got tavern. Right here. I say the toy store is about right here. Doll maker is about right here. Riordan's right here at this corner. Guards are out here. One is following Durkar, who's going this direction. And Baron is like out here somewhere. So where is your sounds coming from, Baron?
There's no other buildings nearby in a town?
Oh yeah, the blocks are full of buildings. I just drew the ones that you might have an interest in wanting to know about.
Okay. Is there a building here
Yeah.
or here?
Both.
Okay. Then I would say probably over here I would make sound like rocks are dropping on the building, so instead of looking up and to the right, they'll start looking at the other building away from where Baron is.
Okay.
Right, Riordan is.
Okay. Okay. The one following Durkar doesn't notice. He just continues to follow Durkar. He's lost interest in whatever drew him to investigate the corner. The one that is left has noticed and is now currently very curious about this roof of the building next door. To the point where he is currently looking for a way to climb the building to investigate. So Reardon, you push some pebbles off the side of the building, attract some guards. They start making their way towards you before Durkar walks past, making a total fool of himself. And one of the guards starts to follow him, while the other one's continuing to investigate you. Suddenly, there's sound of rocks clattering on the roof next door, and the guard is now investigating that instead of you. So you just kind of stepped back, and at this point, nobody is looking for you. But you are kind of a bit back in the shadows on top of the roof.
I'll stay there for a while. Just to make sure everybody's happy and goes on merry way. And while I'm up here, I'll start looking to where I want to move to next, and then my general path through the town.
Okay.
Mhm. And are there buildings over here?
There is a. Where is it? There's a short wall. Um, Roughly 4.5 feet tall.
Oh, okay.
There's just outside of these buildings. There's a small alley, a short 4.5 feet tall wall, and then another alley, and then buildings. Does that make sense?
Yes, I got it. And they're all approximately one level, one story.
Majority of them are. There's a couple of two-story ones. Usually the more affluent ones are two-story.
Right now, because I have vantage, I can see in both directions down the alleys.
Mm-hmm.
I can see in two directions down the alleys.
Okay.
I'm going to stay here for a while.
Okay, so you can look what?
Yep.
Uh,
But
West and south.
yeah, and if the music starts to play and I can determine which direction, then that'll tell me which way I want to move.
Okay, so give me a perception check while you're up there, Reardon.
Yeah.
And you might as well give me another stealth check, too, for that fact.
What the? Here we go.
Okay, we'll see how that helps you in the future.
Yeah.
Airmail, you are currently making your way to the southwest side of the city, or well, town. It's not really a city. Trying to find the quote unquote Thieves Guild. Um, see, you were doing so fairly quietly. As far as you know, you haven't been spotted. Um, Go and give me a perception check. Okay. As you're making your way through the streets and the alleys, through the shadows, um, you do notice after I don't know, a good 20 or 30 minutes of skulking around that you're not alone. There's a very small, very compact shadow following you. Essentially, almost perfectly mirroring your movements about half a block behind you. And I say almost perfectly, they're not quite as graceful as yours. What do you want to do?
Well, I want to pick a place that's very well covered in shadow, and I'm just going to step in and stop and watch this person coming toward me.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
I'd rather it was a 30, but take what I can get.
Okay. Um, you stop at the mouth of this particularly dark alley. Kind of, fade back into the shadows. And then kind of sidestep, flattening yourself against the wall. And after a few moments, this very small shadow just very slowly pulls itself from the rest of the shadows in the alley. And you almost don't even see it until it's like literally right on top of you. It just suddenly starts moving. The shadows just kind of suddenly start moving like 3 feet from you. And as you watch it separate from the other shadows around you, you realize that this is a person in a cloak. Very small person. Probably not even 2 feet tall. Um, but you can see that this person is looking, looking down the alley, out into the street, basically scanning all around. Um, Maybe they're trying to find something. Possibly you. What do you want to do?
Press myself further back against the wall and wait.
Okay. Um, you can see as the shoulders of this person kind of slump a little bit after, I don't know, maybe another 2 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that. And they kind of slump a bit, and you can um, hear it say something very quietly, but you don't recognize whatever it is they said, as you do not speak the language. The person waits another 5 minutes or so, kind of looking around, trying to figure out where you went, but not finding anything. He says the word again, and kind of looks up and down the street, back into the alley again, and then literally just disappears into the shadows. I mean, 1 minute you're watching him, watching it, and they take a step back, and then it's just, they're gone. You have to admire the skill. So, what do you want to do now? The person's just disappeared.
I'm going to stay right where I am and wait. Maybe I'll see more, maybe I won't.
Okay. Give me another stealth check and a perception check. I'll go and give you a stealth at advantage. Not that it helps you any.
What do you mean, doesn't help me any?
Well, you would have gotten a 28 either way.
Oh, well, that's true. Okay. Okay, I just observe.
Okay. How long are you waiting?
Probably at least half an hour, unless something happens first.
Okay. After you've been waiting for maybe about 10 minutes, um, you hear from um, probably the next alley over, the sound of a, and maybe Sky will give us sound effects, but the sound of a cat yowling and then hissing. That'll work. And then, um, yeah. Other than that, things are quiet for the next half hour. Um, that being said, Valcad, you are ready to make your second batch of potions?
Has it been 2 hours yet?
Yeah, they've all been out doing stuff for a while.
Okay. Then, yes.
Okay. You want to give me a perception check first? Because I believe you're waiting for something at the window, right?
Just looking to see if I see anything or hear anything or whatever. And I would totally be okay with the disadvantage because, well, it's night and I have no dark vision.
Okay. Give me your potion rolls. Not quite as determined as last time.
I would be great with advantage on that one, though.
Um, you do complete your potion, and yeah, you got another greater healing potion by the time you're done.
Yay.
Sorry, I was looking at potion list. Um, anything else you want to do, Valcad?
That is it for Valkid.
Okay, so how about Baron? He is wandering around town square. Um, he helped Reardon with the guards. Um, he's probably seen Durkhark a number of times.
I'll, wander by Furton's, kind of look in the window from afar and wiggle his fingers. And walk away.
Okay, give me a wisdom check. afraid that doesn't hit. It doesn't cut it.
Oh well.
DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. And that spell's 3 to begin with, right? Okay. Okay, how close are you getting to Furton's shop?
I mean, probably, for a dwarf that's in heavy armor, probably 70, 80, 90 feet. He's not going to walk up to the door and go ching, 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 ching.
I'm not gonna walk up and cup his eyes or cup his hands over his eyes and look in the window, huh?
No. Which could also explain the 9.
Give me 2 perception checks. The first one at disadvantage. Well, damn, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure gone for the 8 first.
Okay, other than seeing Durkar on occasion, it's been a pretty quiet night. And each time you see Durkar, his drunken act seems to get better. You wonder if he realizes that if you're trying to pretend to be drunk, you're not actually supposed to drink.
What? Alright, so the guard thinks I'm getting better because I'm not drinking?
No, that was what Baron saw, and conclusions he could have drawn.
Oh, okay.
Durkar. Okay, so you walked out with your tankard, walked past the guards, noticed Reardon on the roof. As you walked past the guards, you pretended to be drunk, and one of the guards, well, neither of the guards believed you, but one of them started to follow after you. Not specifically trying to catch up, just following you at the moment. While the other one stayed back and continued to investigate the alley, and suddenly hear a clatter of rocks on the roof, and the remaining guard changes his attention to the other building. At this point, you have continued down the north side of the square.
Yep, I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm just, stumbly drunkling.
Okay. So you're just kind of shambling down the north side of the square with a guard casually following behind you. What do you want to do? I mean, if your purpose is to just literally just wander around and distract guards, and yeah, you're doing a great job.
No, I'm gonna shamble down the next alley I see. and then kind of like hunch and kneel against the wall, wait for the guard to catch up.
Wait for the guard to catch up. Okay. Doesn't take long that the guard kind of stops at the opening to the alley and kind of looks down the alley, watching you for a moment. You see him signal something to the other guard. Some sort of hand signal. And then he walks into the alley and kind of taps your foot with the butt of his spear and says, "Are you okay there?" Of course, actually, you don't know what he says because he doesn't speak any language that you're speaking, that you know how to speak. So, he just says something, you have no clue what he's saying.
Is he within arm's reach? Or is he staying at spear tip distance?
Your arm's reach, probably. I mean, you'd have to actually lunge at him. I mean, it's not something you could just reach out and grab him. It would definitely be obvious that you were lunging at him.
Okay, I'm going to turn around like I'm acknowledging him. I'm going to pretend to stumble forward to close the distance, and I'm going to attempt to snatch him up by the front of his arm or whatever, pick him up off his feet, put him against the wall, and say, "Leave me alone. If you want to find the person capturing these kids, go elsewhere." Or do I have to go to Osric and saying you're being a pain in my ass? All in common, of course. So if he doesn't understand me, then I might have to knock him out. That's my attempt. Let's see how it goes.
Okay. So the first thing you do is you stand up and pretend to stumble towards him. Right?
Yeah, like I'm falling forward.
Okay. Give me a performance check. Let's see how well that goes first.
Nope. I hate R20, I swear, guys. I do. I really do.
Sorry. Okay, give me either a athletics or acrobatics check, as he is going to sidestep you and swing the butt of his spear around to try to knock your feet out from underneath you.
I can't even roll good that way either.
Okay, so
I'm cursed.
that was a 7. Was it acrobatics or athletics?
That was athletics.
Okay. Okay. So he sidesteps your attempt to lunge at him. He brings his the butt of his spear around, slams it into the back of your well, he's aiming for slamming it into the back of your knee to knock you to the ground. I mean, he misjudges where your knee is and it just slams you in the back of the calf. And being a bit more solid of a thud than he was expecting, he kind of looks up at you, hesitates for a moment in shock, So, what do you want to do at this point? You have a moment of hesitation from him that you can attempt something.
Hang on, I gotta refresh. And doing all of this has brought him within arm's reach, or is he still away?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you could pretty much just reach down and grab him if you wanted to.
Yeah, we're just gonna continue the plan.
Okay, so you're gonna reach down, grab him, and shove him against the wall.
Well, not forcefully or none of that, but the little bit of angst in it, and then I'll remove the hood so he can see my face better.
Okay.
And then I'll say what I meant to say.
Okay, just a second. We're not that far yet. Give me a athletics check, I think, at this point. So I'm not quite sure how you do what you were talking about with acrobatics. It's definitely a strength thing.
Damn it. My thing's got all the shit.
If you just refreshed, you probably have to re-initialize.
No, I did, but every time I scroll wheel, it goes sideways instead of downward.
That?
It's freaking weird.
Are you holding down one of the keys, like Shift, Control, or Alt?
Nope. Like I said, totally weird. So you said what, athletic? Sorry?
Yes, please. Okay, as you pick him up and shove him against the wall, he'll bring his sphere up, knocking your arms away, and he falls prone to the ground. So you don't have him grasped at this point, but he is prone on the ground at your feet, between you and the wall.
Still doing sideways. And every time I click on my page, it highlights everything. It's weird. Might have to restart.
It must have you. Must be registering a button that clicked. Sounds like it's registering your shift key clicked. Or pressed or something. Whether it actually is or not, it's something else, but. Okay, well, I guess now's a great time to go take a break. Go get snacks, drinks.
That was weird.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and take a break. Let you deal with your computer issues.
Okay, that'd be
So,
cool.
snacks, drinks, use the restroom,
Reboot.
deal with the pets, whatever you guys need.
You're back.
I know, buddy. What?
Okay, that's fixed. That was weird.
Is everyone here?
I'm here.
Yep.
Okie doke. So Durkar, you are you met up with, or the guard. You allowed the guard to catch up to you by going to an alley, kind of kneeling down against the wall. Guard came up to you, tapped you on the foot, said something in another language, and you kind of lunged at him, at which point he sidestepped it and tried to hit you in the back of the knee, only it got you in the back of the calf instead, which kind of surprised him. At which point you picked him up, pushed him against the wall, and then he knocked your arms away and landed prone on the ground in front of you. So he's currently prone on the ground between you and the wall.
So now he's on the ground. I'm basically gonna kind of bend over, but not, get too close, and then just basically tell him, leave me alone, or I'm going to tell Osric. I'm doing your job for you. Or the whole spiel I made before, because I can't forget it. I forgot what I said. It was a spur of the moment.
Okay. You an intimidation check. You said you're going to pull back your hood so we can see you.
Yeah, I'm the only bloody dragonborn anybody's ever seen, so.
Well, let's see if he's one of the many who have seen you before.
Even with a +6, damn it. I roll sucks, but there you go.
The one next to it looked pretty good.
I know.
Glad you
Hey,
don't
somebody
get it.
come give me advantage.
I was actually going to give you advantage.
Okay, cool.
Because you're big and scary.
Don't forget Scaly.
Well, I don't know that you're scaly. You're more like muddy and crusty muddy.
I'm an enigma.
Okay, as you pull your hood back and say this to him, you have no clue if he understood what you said. But he is definitely backpedaling. He has dropped his spear, dropped his shield, and all he's doing is he's just kicking to get away from you and get out of the alley as fast as he possibly can.
He goes one way, I go the other. I want to disappear around the corner, and another couple alleys over, I'll continue my shambling.
Okay. Yeah, he has abandoned his spear and his shield and is running back to his partner.
I'll prop him up against the wall. Nice and neat.
Okay.
Then I'll disappear.
Okay. You say disappear. What do you mean? Just continue shambling down the street?
Yeah, I'll leave that alley, go over, up, take a right-hand turn, go up a couple more, find another alley, and then continue on in that area.
Okay. Give me another performance check. See how well you're shambling drunk. Honestly, from your last one though, pretty much anything's got to be more convincing. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Baron. Every time you see Durkar, he looks more and more drunk. You're kind of wondering if he realizes you're not supposed to drink when you're trying to pretend to be drunk. Um, see, Reardon's next.
Yeah.
You have propped yourself up to um look down both alleys or both sides of the well, yeah, both alleys. Um, give me a perception check. Dude, what is with you? If anytime I ask you for a roll that's not an attack, I don't think you know how to roll less than 15. And then
I
of course
don't
you have your things to add to it.
know.
But then when you're trying to fight things, you don't roll so well. So I don't know.
I have to gain more experience.
Oh, okay. Is that what it is?
I guess I don't know.
Is that a very subtle way of asking for more levels?
It was my computer doesn't do good for attacking, I guess. It's all again.
Okay. Um. So you watch down both alleys, both to the west and to the south. Um. You kind of see parts of this encounter between Durkar and the guardsman. But you definitely see the guardsman come running back for his friend. Um, talking excitedly. What language do you speak? What languages do you speak,
Oh,
Reardon?
hold on, let me think.
Hmm?
Um, I see Common, Elvish, Thieves' Cant.
Okay. Um, completely off topic. Has anyone noticed that the class that seems to get the most languages is Rangers? And they're the ones that are supposed to be like, woodsmen, out.
Tree huggers.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are plenty of other ways to play Rangers.
Yeah.
But it's just, they get the most languages. It's just really weird to me. You think, like, Cleric or Wizard would get more. Or Rogue, even. But no, it's Rangers. Anyway, off topic. Um, you see the second guardsman come running back to his friend. Ha ha ha. And he's looking back very very excitedly, pointing and gesturing to his face and pointing back and making great big gestures and things with his arms. and just keeps pointing excitedly down the street, to which his friend is just, I don't know, either doesn't believe him or isn't understanding him or something. Um, let's see. You got a 23. You watch as able from your position, you're able to both look down the alleys and kind of see out across the town square, main square, whatever you want to call it. And you're able to see a group of 3 halflings. At least you can assume the halflings from their size. Make their way up from, I don't know, roughly the middle of town square to the south. And they just boldly walk out. Walk out of the streets, across the town square. About halfway across, you see one of them. One of them drops something, and he stops and lowers his hood, and fumbles around trying to pick something up. And as he lowers his hood, you recognize it as Falero, who is the second son of the leader of this town, and Osric's brother. He was the one in charge of the militia when you first got here, while Osric was ill, injured. And what it seems like he's dropped is his weapon. There's a very elegant rapier that is currently on the ground. Has been kicked a couple times in his attempt to pick it up quickly. You watch him chase the blade as it scatters across the flagstones. And while he's chasing after it, you watch one of the others pull his head down, or his hood down, and it's Osric. And Osric's just kind of shaking his head with a are you serious kind of a smile on his face. The third halfling doesn't appear to, or is not taking down their hood. But after kicking the rapier twice and chasing as it scatters across the stones, Falero does manage to pick it up, and of course promptly slice his hand open. But as he puts the blade away, pulls out a kerchief and kind of binds his hand real quick, and returns to his brother and companion. They continue making their way north until they step into the Strong Force family estate, where they enter through the front door, and that's it. Um,
I seen them. They came out of this alley here.
yeah, somewhere down here.
Okay.
Somewhere down here. Then walked north to the estate, which is roughly here. It's actually back a little bit, but it'd actually be more like here. But details are details. It's not directly on the street, that's all.
Details are in the blue lines.
As well as the paths and the rivers and do you have any questions?
I don't have any questions, but I think I want to go investigate on the south end.
Okay, so you want to try to make your way down there?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a stealth check. I'm assuming you're trying to do it stealthily.
Yeah, I still want to be stealthy.
Okay, you're trying to do it by jumping rooftop to rooftop, or
Yeah, if that's a possibility, then that's the way I'll go.
certainly. Okay. Also give me
What the?
what?
Well, I left this one sheet, but I lost the map.
Oh,
Gee. Okay.
that's not good.
No, it's
Um, when you get yourself situated again, give me just 3 acrobatics checks. That should be enough. Or 4. 4 works too. Okay. Um, give me 1 dexterity saving throw. Reardon. Okay. Um, okay, you are, as far as you know, you're being fairly stealthy. Um, you jump from one rooftop to the next. It's your first jump goes without a hitch. Um, you're about to you make your second jump, and as you get to the peak of the roof, you slip and slide down the roof. And just as you go over the gutter, you manage to catch yourself on the eave. So you don't actually fall, but you are hanging from the eave. What do you want to do?
go ahead and drop.
Okay. You go ahead and drop. So you continue heading to the south area on the street level then?
Okay.
Is that what you're doing?
Well, I was thinking of staying in the alley. There's more shadows in the alley.
Okay. But you're going to stay on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you duck around behind the buildings. And make your way south and then west. Back along here. Once you get to about there, which is about where Osric Valero and their third companion, came out of the alley. We'll go ahead and leave it there at the moment. No, actually, what do you want to do once you get there? I guess I should ask.
I'm going to look around to see what possibly where they came from. I see them come out of the alley, but I didn't see them in the alley. So, like, is there houses or buildings over here somewhere?
Okay. You can't see it from where you are currently, but you do know that the barracks are just a little way south of you. So it's conceivable that they were coming from the barracks. Though you
Okay.
have no way of confirming that.
I will note that in my memory and continue walking around stealthily
Okay.
to see what I can see.
Okay. Airmill. You are. Crap, where are you? You're away to the southwest, dealing with the little person. I mean, literally little person, not a dwarf, but a little person, like just under 2 feet tall person, who's literally just disappeared into the shadows. You said you were gonna wait for about half an hour. Um, so what do you want to do?
Well, you said I heard noises coming from alley to the south of me.
Yes, another alley south of you, you heard a cat yowl and then hiss.
Well, obviously I don't know if that's my tiny person, but I carefully climb over the fence and go on, or the short wall, and go on into the alley further south and look around. And after a few minutes, I don't see anything, so I continue to the west and south into the area with houses.
Well, why don't we do a perception check to see if you don't see anything?
That looks fine, or sounds fine to me.
Okay.
We'll see if it looks fine.
Okay, so first thing you do is you wait that time frame, then you climb the wall and head basically towards the sound, and then look around to see if you see anything. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a stealth check. Kind of doing this out of order, but okay. Then you had your perception check, which you are absolutely right. You don't see anything.
Then I wait a few more minutes to see if I hear anything. And I don't know.
No, you don't hear anything either.
Okay, I've probably lost this person, but I'm going to move a little further to the southwest, just to be sure, and stop and listen.
Okay. Give me another perception check. Okay. You find a dark corner you kind of tuck yourself into, and you quiet your movement and your mind and just listen. After several minutes, it's gotten to the point where everything seemed to settle, and even the alley has gotten back to its normal activity as you are kneeling or kind of crouched there in the corner in the shadows. You find that you are starting to have critters roam over you. You know, a rat over the foot, maybe a cat, you know, moving between your legs. None of them seeming to realize you're there. You're just furniture, I guess. It's not quite the right term, but I think you get the point. Just part of the environment now, basically. After a bit, as you're listening, you do hear a ways to the north, back the way you came. What languages do you speak, Aramil? Okay. Um, you hear kind of on the breeze, on the wind, a hurried conversation between two people way up to the north somewhere. Way out of your range at the moment. Um, you have no clue what they're saying. It's just a hurried discussion about something. Um, but another thing here, in the distance, more towards the center, center south of town. So it's actually south east of you, kind of east southeast of you. Um, you're hearing music. Just the barest hint of music. You're not hearing every tune, every note. It's just you hear a note. The wind blows and you hear a note. It settles and it blows again. You hear a couple another note or two, and it settles. Wherever it is, it's distant, but there's definitely music being played.
Okay.
Whether it's the music you're looking for or not, you don't know. You can't hear enough of it from where you are.
All right. Well, I carefully extract myself from where I'm hiding and slowly sneak along in the shadows toward the east, listening as I go.
I'm totally gonna have to make a map of this town now, aren't I, guys?
Should have thought of that a long time ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got it drawn in my head now, apparently. Okay. I'm sorry. What were you saying you were doing, Aramil?
I'm slowly moving from shadow to shadow to the east, listening as I go. What's this red dot way down here?
That's you.
Okay. And the music is south of me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I will move mostly east, but trying to listen and follow music as quietly as I know how.
Okay, give me just a second here. Okay. Um. Okay, so this is Airman's little red dot here. The noise that you, or noise, music that you hear is probably this direction. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, yes, you really are. Okay, so you're gonna try to make your way that direction. Ah, what just happened to my map?
I drew a big white rectangle and then I put it to the back so that people aren't looking at the
That's your
the
town.
exterior map.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you start making your way that direction. Balakad. About time to start your third potion if that's what you want to do.
Okay. Oh, see shit.
Nope.
Overconfident with the last one.
Okay. After your 2 hours of work, you managed to come up with 2 more greater healing potions. You're making out like a bandit with those potions tonight. Okay, so that was Valakad. Baron, what's Baron doing?
Moseying around, probably sticking within the town circle, so we 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 I don't know, something like that.
Okay, and you're not attempting to be
No,
secretive, inconspicuous, even?
no, just walking around, being a dwarf.
Okay. At some point, not the ones that are freaking out about Durkar. But another group of guardsmen will approach you and, noticing that you're Dwarven, they will speak Dwarven to you. Ouch. One will approach you and say, is there anything we can help you with, sir? You've noticed you've been pacing the town square for several hours. It's, I'm afraid to say that's a bit suspicious this time of night.
Ulu, listen, pai, du sol nu os alai, momel, situ, e, tinpu, lun, nomu ule, neon.
Okay, for those of us who don't actually speak Dwarven,
I just doing the same as you, making sure no children get taken again tonight.
as you say that, one of them kind of looks down, kind of starts kicking at the stone at its feet. Um, the other one just kind of looks you up and down like he's trying to take your measure, or take measure of you.
As he does so, Baron will say, "Yep, that's me. That's me. Yep, one of the ones that saved your boss from dying in his bed."
The one who's kind of looking you up and down kind of looks like he's about to say something, then thinks better of it and says, kind of hesitates a few moments and says, "Very well then. I guess if you need anything, we will be about."
As will I, if you need anything.
Well, good luck. And they kind of walk away like they're not really sure which direction to go or what to do. Um, give me a perception check. What'd you get?
16.
That's not too bad. Um, yeah, it's a fairly quiet night. At one point you do see the three halflings come from the approximate center south. Um, eventually one of them drops the sword, pulls his head over, or hood down, chases the sword as he kicks it, cuts his hand. Valero, Osric, and the third halfling. You see that happening as well. Um, one of the differences is that um, you're actually close enough to see, or for them to see you as well as they pass by you, probably within 30 feet or so of you, as they are heading into the um, Strong Force estate. They, Ozra kind of gives you a puzzled look and just simply nods at you.
Baron will just kind of hold his hands out, like, I mean, from a further distance, just kind of trying to explain, like, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, Ozric with the puzzled look, it's he doesn't know what you're doing, but with the nod, he's basically telling you, I have faith that you're not going to destroy my town, so good luck with whatever you're doing. I know that's a lot to convey with a nod, but
A nod and a look. That it makes sense.
um, okay, there's that. Let's see, I believe Durkar's next, right? So Durkar, you are um just a building over from the dollmaker. Um, you have seen um, Baron walking by a couple times. Um, and as far as you know, you are um, hidden, unnoticed by others at the moment. Nobody is standing there pointing at the great big great big golden lizard, basically. So maybe you're just blending in. But what do you want to do?
I'm gonna continue working my way through town and keeping my mind open for the contact of my dragon or my lizard to see if there are any warning signs from them, and I'll just start working my way around. Let's see, going left.
Okay. Remind me your.
So I think I'm over here somewhere.
Yeah, you're the one in. I've used the large red dot at the top of the map. Yeah,
This one.
yeah. I just
I'll
haven't.
I'll work my way that way.
Okay.
Just keep it in like I said, contact and listening, but also waiting for my familiars to show themselves and tell me if they found anything.
Okay, remind me, your dragon is patrolling for an aerial thing, right?
Yeah, he would have
He's
gone.
patrolling, okay.
I think he would have gone this way, and then my lizard, I would have sent this way to go to the outskirts, and then around the outskirt town. So he's bigger.
Okay.
Look, everybody, the box has whiskers.
You have not heard from your riding lizard at all. There's a good chance you won't hear from it until you see it in the morning. Unless it's desperate to find you for some reason. Or you deliberately call it to you. Your pseudo dragon, as it is flying circles around the town, give me a perception check with the pseudo dragons. Stats. If you don't have perception specifically, it'd be wisdom.
No, it's up there. He has a +3 to perception and only got a 6.
Okay.
But he's got advantage, doesn't he, for keen senses? So it's an 8.
Okay, so 8.
Yep.
There are a lot of birds of prey out here tonight, and they are giving him territorial grief. So he's having to dodge their annoyance, and it unfortunately isn't able to make the most thorough job of his surveillance. But from what he has been able to notice, there's not really anything going on tonight. Pretty quiet night outside of your friends going everywhere in town tonight.
Alrighty, well, we'll just keep going.
Okay. That brings us to Reardon.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, you are...
Is that me here?
Yeah.
Alright. Now, from this position, could I hear that music?
Give me a perception check. I am not looking at the screen, so somebody let me know what it is when it rolls.
25.
Sweet. You are down here investigating where Osric, Falero, and company came from. You're kind of inspecting the wall, trying to figure out if they came through a secret gate in the wall, or if they just climbed over it, or what. So you kind of hop up onto the wall, kind of walking along the edge, back and forth, trying to find whether it's an opening or maybe there's some sort of trace indicating they climbed it. And after a few moments, you do find some trace, and it's okay. They probably just climbed the wall. And you look south from where you found this trace, and it's a clear shot from here to the entrance of the barracks. And then you turn around, face north, and it's a clear shot from this position up through an alley, through the town square, straight to the entrance of Stoneforce Estates. So, pretty good chance they were just headed home for the night. But as you're coming to this conclusion, there's kind of a sudden breeze that comes up from the south, and there's just this barely audible musical note on the wind. And you hesitate for a moment and kind of listen hard, and breeze blows again, and you hear two more notes. And you start to look around, see if you can detect anything, and again the breeze blows, and you get another solitary note. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna look around and see if I can see any of my fellow travelers to get their attention.
At this moment, you do not see them, but you know that if you were to run north the 30 or so feet into the town square, it would be just a matter of looking around to find Baron.
Well, that's what I'm gonna go ahead and move to here and look around. And if and start waving my arms so everybody can see me.
Okay, where do you want to move to? I guess you just want to kind of run forward here.
Yep.
Okay, so as you You run forward into the middle of the town square, waving your arms. You catch the attention of Baron, obviously, and some guards who are still standing in front of the tavern. They've been standing there all night, arguing with each other. One of them doesn't seem to have a shield and spear anymore.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, they have literally haven't moved all night. Unfortunately, you can't understand what they're arguing about. Um, so you get Baron's attention.
Okay.
Um, is there anything else you want to do outside of just getting his attention?
I'll go over to him
Okay.
and let him know and ask him if he can hear the music.
Give me another.
Music.
No, Baron did not hear the music. You cannot hear the music from where you are, Baron.
Okay. I'm going to tell him that I heard music from the south and I think we ought to go investigate.
Baron saw where Durkar was headed, right?
Durkar?
Yeah.
And then he go off to the northeast.
Yeah, you would have seen him. Yeah.
Okay. And Baron will say, "Go back and watch. I'll go find the tall guy."
Okay. I'm just south of this location along the wall. That's where I'll go.
Okay. Um. So you'll head south and hang out on the wall as you wait for Baron and Durkar to return. Right?
Yep.
Okay. Um. See, that was Reardon. Aramil.
Yes.
So you've heard this very faint music in the distance.
Yes, I'm moving slowly to the east and stopping periodically to listen. And each time as I hear a note or two, I adjust my direction south to try and go directly to it.
Okay. Give me um perception check and stealth check. Okay. Um, whatever you happen to be doing, you happen to be doing it very quietly.
That's the intent.
Um, as you make your way east, the music almost seems to be getting quieter, but you know you're getting closer. There are times you just really struggle to hear it, and occasionally you can even get 3, maybe even 4 notes at a time. Um, you continue going east for, well, how long? East, southeast.
Oh, 30 minutes or so. As long as I keep hearing the music.
Okay. After your 30 minutes, after your 30 minutes, you are starting to hear the music a little more. Um, it's an almost constant string of notes at this point. But strangely enough, it seems like there's a second set. A second set of notes that you're all you're not quite sure if it's harmonizing or maybe it's just playing along. But it definitely seems like there's a second set of notes in there.
Yes. As the music becomes more steady, I pick up my pace a bit. So try and get closer before it disappears. But still being as stealthy as possible.
Okay. um let's see. Get a little further southeast here. You're in this group of buildings. They don't appear particularly residential, but they also don't quite seem commercial. At first, you kind of take them for warehouses, but that doesn't seem to work either. There are just too many windows. It's either one of the most... Thank you. It's either one of the least secure warehouses you've ever seen, or it's used for something else. And as you approach, you can tell that one of these large buildings is where the music is coming from. And at this point, it's no longer a single instrument. It's no longer a single instrument or even two instruments. It's you can make out several distinct instruments at this point. At least four. Any quick questions or anything before I go on to Valakad?
No, I think we're narrowing this down. As long as the music continues, we're going to be all right. With four different instruments, so it's questionable whether this is really what we're looking for. Well, I guess we heard the haunting tune before that seemed to mesmerize. Is that the same tune we're hearing, or something else?
That is not what you're currently hearing, no. The tune you're hearing currently is a bit more lively and celebratory, possibly, in nature.
Well, I'm beginning to wonder if this is really the music we're looking for, but I'm definitely going to continue till we find out.
Are you saying that out to the darkness around you, or just out of character, or what?
That was in character, but that was only just thinking it, not actually saying it.
Gotcha. Internal monologue. Okay, in that case, Velakad. The others have been gone for about 6 hours. Seems like a quiet night outside the window.
Can I do Baron first?
You want to do Baron first?
Since this is all happening at the same time.
Sure, why not?
And Baron, after getting the talk with the Reardon, would walk somewhere over yonder this way and slam the shutters of Valakad's window shut, and then slam them back open. And when Valakad looks out, he will have a kind of a little light show head south as he moves up. Nope, not the yellow. To follow Durkar and try and get Durkar. So he'll go see if he can find the tall one.
Okay.
And if he can find the tall one, he will tell the tall one that there's something happening to the south.
Okay, give me a perception check on Baron. Okay. Durkar, give me a performance check.
Watch, this is the one he gets a nat
Let's see
20
what
on.
it
What was that, Durkar?
Just looking to see what my performance was.
Okay. So you got a 9. Baron, you
Starting to get a little bored.
yeah, you start heading up that direction, Baron. And strangely enough, it's not really difficult for you to find the tall one. He's let his cloak kind of fall aside, and you're kind of seeing the back of his I don't know, his shoulder or something. I don't know, something that he didn't get muddied. So it's rather obvious that he is golden scaled, and his drunk act is no longer very convincing.
We'll aim right in front of wherever he's walking.
Throw a dart at him right in the middle of the forehead. Sorry.
This guy has darts. Dogcat's got darts.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't have darts. Right in front of wherever he's walking, we'll find something, some object to light up nice and brightly, and then I'll call out and say, "One of them elves said to head south."
Does Baron know they're elves?
Baron would know they're elves, yeah.
Yeah, I'm an elf.
Yeah, but would he know that, is what I'm asking. I mean,
Oh,
have you guys even discussed the fact that you're elves?
well, if he
They're,
would we know by the appearance.
I mean, in the fact that that they got pointy ears and they haven't had their cloaks up every day, and we've been traveling together for like probably 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Well, it was my understanding that they were covering pointy ears with hair and hats and such.
When they're in town, I thought, but
Okay, well, that's...
I don't know.
It's just...
I get that most people think that they're humans, but there's a very distinct difference between them and Valakad, and Valakad looks human.
Okay. Go ahead. I was just bringing up something to discuss. Go ahead.
Okay. But yeah, that.
Okay.
Find Durkar and mention that one of the elves, one of them elves, he's just not, yeah. Said to head south. And Durkar will start
Alrighty, so at this
going
point,
south.
I'll just turn to the left and start heading south.
Okay. So.
But I'll stay where I'm at. I'm not going to go back through the square. I'll stay where I'm at, coming down the lanes out here.
Okay. You'll just head south from your current direction.
That's all he said was head south, so I'm heading south. He didn't say to go that direction.
Well, he's going to take off going that direction, but the direction he found, or that he found you from. But then, if Valakad, let's see if Valakad can actually see it. And the slam would be easy, but I guess Valakad's staying in their room.
Okie doke.
Baron tried. Alright. That'll be the end for Baron and Valakad. Let's see, Valakad. Yeah, Valakad will look out, not see the light that Baron did. Think that it was just the wind, probably, and let's see. What would you say?
About what?
Insight 13. If I thought it was just the wind, or if it was a magical effect, or
give me an Arcana check real quick, or nature check.
Arcana's good. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, it was just wind.
Okay, then I will stay put and do another greater healing potion. Or 500.
Or 500?
Hoping for a natural 20 that rolled like,
Oh. Gotcha.
78. I don't know.
Okay, okay, that did give you another 2 potions over the next 2 hours. Okay, I'm really gonna have to draw a map now. And we're probably never gonna use it as quite as detailed as this session either. Really wishing I'd drawn a map before. Anyway. See, that was Valakad and Baron. So it looks like it's Durkar's turn. So Dirk, are you just gonna turn and go and head straight south?
Yeah, well, it's around me right now anyway.
Mostly residences. Actually, all residences.
All right, so yeah, I'll just go south, keeping my ears open. My dragon would have probably curled this way by now, and then the lizard would have him go that direction once he gets to the edge of town.
You have no clue what's going on with your lizard.
No, I just told him to go that way and go around. So I'm just saying he went left
Okay.
or right. I don't know.
As far as your dragon, I think we established last time we got to you that your dragon's not seeing much. They're dealing with nocturnal birds of prey.
Let's see if he's fixed that problem. Okay. But he would have gone that direction had he got to the edge of town. Circled around and whatnot.
Yeah, he's off doing other stuff. He's off on another one of his patrols. And he will get in touch with you for a debrief later. Basically, I'm saying he's out of range.
Yeah.
So you're basically just gonna go straight south?
Yep, I'm just going to turn at the next street and start heading south.
Okay, are you losing the drunken shamble thing, or you gonna try to stick with that?
No, I'll go a little bit quicker, but still hunched over. Not so shambly, but not much of a show this time.
Okay. So basically you are hunched over and you have a limp.
Yeah, just not drunken this time, so it's
Okay.
a little different performance.
Well, go ahead and give me a performance check. The
I knew that was coming.
DC is nowhere near as high as it was before. A little higher than that, though. Um,
I should be able to stay in contact with my steed up to 1 mile, I believe.
give me a moment, let me check.
Yeah, I can communicate with him to 1 mile.
Isn't that a spell called Summon Steed?
Yeah, that's right. I put in the description, find steed.
Oh, Find Steed.
Yeah, at the bottom. While your steed is within 1 mile of you, you can communicate with each other telepathically. So I guess, yes, I would have told the steed to go to the south side of town.
Sure, why not? I don't... I don't know. I have trouble believing that the town is less than a mile wide, but... Sure.
Well, we're not going from one end of the town to the other. We're both on the same hemisphere of the town, so. That'd be less distance anyway, wouldn't it?
I'm still not convinced it would be... I mean... I don't know, maybe. Sure, why not? Okay, so you're both heading south from where you are. And you are hunched over and limping, though not doing a great job of convincingly limping.
For reference, Waterdeep is approximately 3.8 miles by 1.5 miles.
Really? That's it?
Yep.
Okay. If Waterdeep is that small, and it's like one of the largest towns in Faerun, then I can't argue. Um... Okay, so you guys head south. After your car is... not Airmill. The other one. Reardon.
Yes.
You are sitting on the wall, waiting for the others to show up. Shortly after you settle in, Baron shows up. Not quietly. You guys can talk if you want to say anything.
told the tall one to head south.
Okay.
It isn't following me. Not sure where it went.
Well, I'm going south.
I'll follow you.
Have we haven't heard any, I haven't heard any more music since I got back to the wall, have I?
You'll catch a note here and there on the breeze.
Okay.
Um, yeah, that's about it.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go over the wall
Okay.
and head south.
Okay, Baron, you said you're following?
Over a wall. Sure, we'll try that.
Give me either athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah, sure, we'll try that. Trying to see if there's a spell that would actually help me.
Um, enhance ability, bless.
Yeah, let's do bless, because let's bless. Bless is a
No,
1d4, right?
I apologize. Not bless. Guidance. Guidance will give you a D4.
Yeah, he doesn't have guidance, and he doesn't have
He doesn't have
enhanced
guidance.
ability. No, because Valakad had guidance.
Of course. Um, he doesn't have an enhanced
Yeah.
ability. Then
Nope. So we'll just do an acrobatics and see how badly this rolls, or see how badly this ends up for a dwarf.
hey, you passed.
With a struggle.
Yeah, you kind of get a couple steps of running start, and kind of charge towards the wall, jump, and just barely reach the top of it with your hands. Just kind of scrabble over, scraping your armor along the way. It's loud enough to wake the people in the houses all around you. A couple of them are looking out the windows, watching. Yeah, it's not quiet. I imagine Reardon's just kind of sitting back in the shadow, just like head over his forehead, just kind of shaking his head, like, oh my god.
Ron and bam, crash, bam, bam, crash.
Just about.
Over the wall, yes.
Okay, so the two of you start heading south. Um, you guys can either try to travel stealthily or quickly. Which would you prefer?
Hmm.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Well, you two are the ones traveling, so
You pick. I'm following you.
I'm going to keep heading south.
that's all you care about, huh?
Well, as long as I can keep going in the direction of the sound.
Okay, well, why don't you both give me stealth checks? Ouch. That didn't come through, Sky.
Very, very quiet. We hunting weapons.
We're chasing musical instruments.
Okay, you guys are trying to be quiet. Well,
I'm trying to be quiet.
okay.
I'm being quiet.
Yeah, you're being quiet for
This might be the quietest I've ever been.
a man or a dwarf
Not
clomping
my
down.
fault that people around here made tree twigs tiny and dry.
Has nothing to do with the walls you're banging into with your metal armor or you know, anything like that.
Nope, not at all.
Suffice it to say, you were attempting to be quiet, but failing miserably. Um, you have woken a number of um, people from their slumber who have stopped or have gone up to look out the windows to attempt to locate the commotion. Um, but despite that, you are moving fairly decently. Um, by the time we leave your group, which is a group now, considering there's more than one, um, by the time we leave your group, you are close enough that you can actually hear multiple instruments. You can tell that um, the instruments that you're listening to is multiple instruments playing a lively tune. And you're getting a lot closer. Um, let's see, with that, we go to looks like it's actually 10 o'clock. Um, This actually feels like a pretty decent time to call it. At least to me, anyway. You all may disagree.
This may give him a good time to make a map of the town.
Right?
He's got 1 week.
Hey, I think I did pretty good on the one in Pact of the Lich. Had a town that I made up for the game. And I kept having to describe it as they were moving around in it. And I kept trying to make a map in all those map making programs and crap. And for life of me, I could not get one to come out the way I wanted. So one time, 1 week, I just sat down and said, okay, I'm drawing this damn thing. I actually drew it out in Roll20, and I thought it turned out pretty good. Maybe I can do the same here. Hopefully. If not, you'll just have to do a substandard map. So, we'll go ahead and pick this up next week.
It's all good.
Yes?
It's been interesting.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I just love narrating 5 different stories.
Yeah, well, that's why you get the big bucks.
We're not going there.
Okay.
I wish I felt like I could charge to be a DM.
Yeah, well, I was not really advocating that. I was just making a smart remark. But having said that, you hopefully are keeping track of where everybody is. And
That's what the map's for.
yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, and I guess good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. I should stop this recording before I get that hand.
Later.